Welcome to CF 2.0 Geek Out, where we deep dive into ClickFunnels 2.0 and how to use it to grow your funnel building business.
Hey, I'm Susan.
And I'm Andrea.
Come along with us as we learn and discover how to use the new ClickFunnels and how to make it bend to our will. Hello.
Hi.
We're here.
Yay.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Susan. How's it going?
Good. I'm excited for today. I feel like
Me
things
too.
are like actually coming together and we're so close to being done with the Funnel Hub.
I know. I'm excited, but I have to tell you, I'm also a little nervous because this is an area and Gabby is super needy today.
Gabby's
so
joining us today.
Loving us. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a little nervous today because the area we're going to go in today was the place that I got stuck the most when I first got into beta. And I was like, I felt stupid. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my gosh, I should be able to figure this out and I don't get it. So I'm a little nervous today for the build.
Yeah. Hopefully it works for us.
Right,
see.
exactly.
We're all going to go on this journey together and see what happens.
Safe space. Yes, exactly.
All right. So, but first,
Let's start with our question.
Yes, let's start with the question. Okay. We're using StreamYard tech, so we're all fancy today. So we've got FHL Funnel Hacking Live coming up in a few weeks. I think I saw Russell's post yesterday. It's like 20 days away, which is really exciting. I'm going, Andrea's going. Let us know, first of all, if you're going to be there, because we want to connect with people in our Geek Out community that are going to FHL. We want to come and say hi to you. You can come and say hi to us. But also, we want to know how many of you that have access to 2.0 beta right now. How many of you have right now currently, or are going to have, or trying to have a live 2.0 page, like site, Funnel Hub, ready to go to send people to for the the networking, send people to your Funnel Hub. How many of you have one?
Hey, Turner, we're looking forward to meeting you too.
So let us know that too. Let's see. Oh, Turner's going to be at FHL. Hello.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let us know if you have or are planning on having a live 2.0 site to share with people. Because if you do, I don't know, Andrea and I did not talk about this, but we kind of talked about this.
Yes, I think we're on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah, if you do, we want you to for sure come and find us at FHL, and we want to come if you have a QR code or a link, we want to come and scan it and go to it right there. And we want to just keep track of who's got live stuff.
Yeah. And share it with this community. So I think we're going to be on the 2.0 lookout. So it'll be like an Easter egg scavenger hunt all mixed in together. So, and you guys can help us with if you see a 2.0 at Funnel Hacking Live, bring it to the community. Yeah. Let's start to let's share, just openly share all the sightings.
2.0.
2.0 sightings.
Yeah. Monica's here. Hi, Monica. She says, let's go. Okay. Okay, so now I might butcher your name because I totally forgot how Andrea said it. Diosalma? Is that how you said it, Andrea?
Oh man, Diosalma.
Planning on having it, working on it now, but you won't be at the event, but we'll share. Yeah, definitely share.
Yes. Let us celebrate your 2.0 win.
Okay. All right, so we are going to...
And Monica's volunteering you.
Monica says, I wanted 2.0. We want to make... Yeah, Monica, I got you covered. We'll make something before FHL. We need to talk about those coming up.
Got it.
Diosalma. Got it. People said it right.
Awesome.
Phonetically. Love it. Okay, cool. So the first thing that we want to do is revisit our hero section of our page. So let me share my screen this way. There we go. We're good. We don't have an infinity mirror happening. Okay. Move this. Okay. So Andrea and I have been talking. This community is just surprised us, I think, a little bit, honestly. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How many awesome people are coming in, and the growth is really starting to escalate. And I think that's because we're getting closer to when ClickFunnels has told us 2.0 is coming out. And so more people are searching for more information about it. And we seem to be the only ones that are really putting a lot of content out about it right now. And that
aren't ClickFunnels. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That isn't the company. So we were talking about like, okay, where do we see this going? We kind of needed to come back to the ground floor of like, what is the intention of this group? And so we wanted to come back and revisit our hero section. And Angie, I'm going to be quiet for a minute and you kind of just talk through what your thoughts were on that, what we were just talking about before we hit live.
Yeah. Well, I think, going back to the original premise and why we started it was just, I honestly thought, like you, Susan, I kind of thought it was going to be like, because normally we run with like a really small crew in terms of Uber geeks, you know what I mean, that want to dive deep. And so I think when we did it, I was like, this is going to be like, mom's basement kind of kids, like,
Yeah.
But I think what's happened is, I think there's a much bigger group out there that is interested, and they could be agents, and they could be just users or whatever it may be. So it was, I think just everything that's happened. And so in talking with you this morning, Susan, I think, and again, just for everybody listening, both Susan and I think we come from a perspective of, in order to make great experiences, you have to have clear intentions. And so coming back to that intention, right? And so I think for me, and I think you agree with this, Susan, and so we'll talk through it. But for me, the intention is, there are plenty of really great programs out there, like Catherine CF Design School and OFA with ClickFunnels, and we by no means want to replace those, right? Like, we know we've been through those programs. That's what got us to where we are, in addition to other things. But so we don't want to replace that. But what I really love about the community is just more of like an open source community where we are all openly sharing with one another our experiences and our adventures and our learnings and our findings and our discoveries with 2.0, and how that is coming out both in our end client experience, but also in our agency experience and our build experience. And so it's just a way for us to really like do a lot of knowledge exchange, and just, it's a value add community and a resource. I think that would be my biggest intention for the group.
Okay. So then speaking about, like, this is just some text I dropped in here for the sake of putting some content in here, but now we have a little bit more defined way of saying that.
Yeah.
Maybe not defined enough yet, but that's what we're going to work through right now. So our call to action up here is to come and join the 2.0, the CF 2.0 Geek Out Community. So this button here is going to link to it. We're making the invite up here on this element. I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, but not that big. See, I'm still kind of like deciding how I like the style presets for text, because I'm someone, when I come in here and design stuff, I just want to like move my size slider. So I would be an override person probably for the most of my text, because I'm like, I want to make it look just right for that space.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have our call to action. Come and join the Geek Out community. But we need to tell them, like, what is the purpose of the community? What are they going to get? Right. So how would you reword this then, Andrea?
Yeah. So let me just spitball, and I am not a copy expert by any stretch of the imagination. And also just a shout out to Warren. He said, you guys are so smart to do this. Honestly, Warren, we weren't trying to be smart, but it's turned out really awesome. And I think it's because folks like yourself come and ask amazing questions. And so I got to give it back to you of just like, you're smart to be here and we're all smart together, and it's awesome.
We're all in together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So on that note, relative to copy, it is, so join the CF 2.0 Geek Out community and get weekly videos that I think it's interesting, because what we're doing here, right, is like there's the community aspect, and then there's the videos. So I'm almost wondering where it's just join the CF 2.0 Geek Out community.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too.
Yeah. And then instead of like, it's explore, it's discover, it's I like discover as a word more than explore, because it's more action oriented. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm totally messing up your design. Okay. And discover the new CF 2.0 platform. Yeah, I like that. And get a jump start learning. I like okay, so what I really love, and let me talk this through because I don't have a good answer. So, and it's like, and I think the first statement part needs to be, learn. Yeah. So, and I think that the first part of it really needs to be, and connect with people who want to go deep. You know what I mean? Or like connect with, connect with others or connect with, passionate CF people, or like, and this is interesting too. We should have a vote in the community of like what resonates with you guys. Like, how would you identify? And not like in a weird, all the politics way. I'm talking about like the relative to our community way.
Yes. How would you refer to yourself? What would attract you? Like, oh, do I want to go and connect with passionate CF users or what?
Yeah.
Like, if you got ideas, we're here for it. Cause this is like our community. So it's you guys too. Connect with passionate CF users.
Yes, I love that because that's so true. I mean, I think that describes us too, and everybody who it seems to be in the community. It seems, yeah. So passionate CF 2.0 users.
Do you think that, let me pose a question.
Yeah.
Full well knowing that I do not know the rules and legality of this at all.
Mm-hmm.
We have not used the actual word ClickFunnels at all yet.
We should stay with that.
Stay away from it.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think maybe I mentioned it down here. So we might want to, there's in these descriptions I am.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to cross that line at all. But there's that white box again. I think that the people that are going to find this and are going to land here, they're going to know what CF means. So I'm not necessarily worried about not having the word ClickFunnels anywhere. However, it's probably something, and I have not actually even looked at where to do that yet, but in the SEO of the page, we're going to want to use ClickFunnels as a keyword.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I don't even know where to do that at this point. So we're not going to do that yet.
I think I might know on that one. Okay. Warren has a really good one that I love. I think that was Warren. Yeah. And that is the go deep. So I think we can pull that in of like, and connect with passionate CF users to get a jumpstart learning how to use this new tool to grow your business and go deep or something like, I know we're getting a little bit wordy.
It's getting a little wordy, yeah. So I'm thinking, what can I cut out of what I had here?
Okay. So how about...
Or if we make it more of like a list instead of like...
Right. Yes, I like that better. Yeah. And I also think we need to be a little bit careful. And this is interesting in that, like, I don't want to position ourselves as a certification program for CF, right? Like, yeah. So it's almost like, yes, you will learn, but this is... If you want to get a certification, you go to ClickFunnels. Like they're the source of truth, right? So like,
that's very true.
Go deep. I'm with you, Warren. Yeah.
Jumpstart. So, but we need wordage for. Okay, so connect with passionate CF users.
Yeah.
Go deep on. Oh, that's the wrong keys on.
I think I like what you were saying though on the bullets, Susan. So I'm wondering if it's like connect with CF with passionate CF users 2 or something. And it's like 2 and it's like get a jump start, go deep.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need a new element. We're going to do a bullet list.
Okay, and this is really important. So for any of you who are in 1.0 and you know about the notorious bullet bug that has never been fixed, where it is super buggy when you're doing bullets and it deletes everything. You have to like re-add and there's always this
it's so bad.
It's so bad, right? And they've never fixed it. So it's fixed, right?
Yay! I would hope so because that would be horrible.
Let's see. Right there, what you just did would have deleted everything in 1.0. So that's awesome.
So buggy. Okay, yeah. It's so
much. Yes. Who said that? Oh, Warren, you're so good. Learn, share, and go deep. Sharing implies it's not one way. Yes, Warren. Are you a copy person, Warren?
I know we just need to have a copy person on this.
I love it. That's great though. I love that. Learn, share, and go deep.
So go with me on this. What if we do learn, share, and go deep with maybe connect is one of those words as well. Or is that too many words at this point?
Share maybe implies connect.
Connect with.
Yeah, with passionate CF users to get a jump start.
I'm thinking just like get rid of that.
Yeah. Learn, share, and go deep.
We're not using jump start anymore.
I think we just need one closing thing, something, right? Where it's like learn, share, and go deep with passionate CF users using this tool to grow their business. I got an Elvis slip on that one from you.
Users using.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He says not at all. Not a copywriter. Or we can go back to the bullet point idea.
No, actually, I like the non-bullets now that I see it there, and if we can make it work, yeah.
Share and go deep with passionate CF users.
Deep.
Who are, is this grammatically correct? I don't even know that much. Who are using this new tool.
So this is where I would say, like, it's good enough for government work, but maybe a brilliant copywriter can come and help us.
Having issues clicking. Hold on. There we go. Keep grow your business. Take out grow your business.
I like grow your business because because it applies both to, like, even if you're an individual building or if you're an agency, right?
Using this new tool to grow their business.
Yeah.
Plural.
Yep. Love
All
it.
right. I like it.
Me too.
Okay. We'll play around. Okay. So the other thing I needed to do really quick, and then we'll move over to blogs. Thank you, everyone, for Warren. Thank you. Isama, thank you. Okay. So we're connecting the button to the group. So I'm clicking on the button, opening the settings. There's this button action section here. It's no longer like that big green button that you have to click. So it's a little bit harder to find, but not really because it's still up here at the top. We want it to go to says go to custom URL, but also custom action link. I don't know what is that, like the hashtag yes link and hashtag no link. Is that what that would be like on the OTOs? Custom action link. I don't know what those are for sure.
I wonder if it's you can choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Choose your own adventure. It'd be interesting. Okay, we're going to open that in a new window. All right, now it's linked. So we're going to save this.
Yay. I really like actually that it's right there on the site editor and you don't have to go into another screen with the button.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
100%. And then I think I already have it linked there. This is the same exact call to action. So I will probably... Okay, what do you think about this language? Join the CF 2.0 Geek Out Facebook community where we're gathering CF users and future users together to explore. So maybe change it to the same language right here. To discover new 2.0 platform. Or I put something totally different there as far as another reason for them to come join. Like maybe this is a place where we mention that we do the videos every week.
Yeah. I like that because that would be technically our flagship offer, right? Like this show is the flagship offer.
Okay. So we probably want to change all of this then.
Maybe it's like just join us weekly.
And this one is I want to stop saying every Friday because there's been a lot of times where we're not doing them on Friday.
I think that's okay. Like we have a commitment to be every Friday, and when we don't, we'll share. Every
Friday we go live. CF. Excuse my puppy. She's dreaming and making noises now.
Oh my gosh, that's too cute.
Let me see if Geek Out Community. Discovering new ways of using the CF 2.0 platform. Something like that. Okay. Save. Let's jump over to blog stuff. So what we need to do, because we have one of our sections, let me do a quick preview just to keep everyone updated on the state of this. So we have our hero section, flagship offer, our customer journey or community member journey at this point, not really customers. And then this section here is our content. It's our nurturing. And so it's going to be our blog post. And right now we just have tests and examples. And then our social media, which is, again, just pointing them to the group. So almost everything here is just pointing them to the group because that's what our thing is right now.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is make a blog homepage, or not homepage, sorry, blog template page, so that, let me jump back over here, so that when we click on a blog post, well, that went to a YouTube. Hold on, that's not a blog post. When we click on a blog post, it has somewhere to go, because right now it doesn't have anywhere to go. Go ahead.
Right. What I was going to say is that, like, I think a lot of times, when we think blog, everyone thinks written content, right? But I just want to make sure that everyone knows that, like, in 2.0 world, I want you to think, I would encourage you to think about a blog as whatever content you do. So like Russell always says, like, if you're a writer, you write. If you're a speaker, speak, do a podcast. If you are video, do video, right? So like, there's these three options. So it's really more about your content. So whether a blog is consistent of all of your podcasts, or a blog is consistent of a written article, or a blog is consistent of a bunch of videos, right? I'm going to encourage all of you guys to think through this as more of a content hub and not how we traditionally think of blog.
Yeah. So I just navigated to Russell's, and he's of course he has a blog, he has podcasts, he has videos, but it was like Russell's blog. And then you come here to the post and it's his podcast,
right?
It's just his podcast. And then they've got like pulled stuff out of the best quote, sponsors, transcript. Like, so it's easy to create a blog post from non-written content.
Right.
And that's what we're going to do.
Exactly. And just again, this whole play in 2.0 and making, I think it's a competitive advantage to WordPress is they had to address this thing, right? They had to address content management in a system if they were going to compete with the website mentality. And so this is that. So even though the term blog, I think, is really limited, we should see this as a content management hub that allows us to do, what Dan has all educated us on. And that is in order to, rank up in SEO and to have a legitimate space where you are getting more attention on the shadow funnel, like AJ and Mike talk about, it is to do the interlinking, right? To point things at one another, to have a body of content that actually like comes up in a search result, and then it keeps them on, linking from one to another. And that's what this engine is. And we just call it the blog.
Okay. So right now I'm exploring what settings are available to me for blogs, because I really have not looked at this at all. What I'm trying to do right now, and I think I just found it, but let me back up. So when you load a theme into your account, it's like the first thing that they have you do is pick one of the themes, and they're preset themes. It takes that theme and it applies it to all of the pages, all of the templates that they give you. So right now our blog posts are using a template it was that one that I just had pulled up where it was like LB and it had like a really light pink or tan color on it. Like, that's not our colors, that's not our brand, it's not our style. So right now what I'm trying to do is find where, and I don't know if this exists, I'm hoping it does because they made it possible for the other pages, but find where I can apply our CF 2.0 Geek Out style to that template. So I'm going to go here I'm in blog, I'm going to go to blog settings, and I'm hoping it's right here. But also let's go through this since we're here. There you can create a unique path specifically for your blog right here. We actually don't have, I don't have the domain connected for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's still like the ClickFunnels subdomain. We'll figure that out later. Use style. So I think this is it. We're going to use the CF2 Geek Out style. Template page is what we're here to create. So it's not showing one. So I think we need to create one and then maybe it'll show up there. I was thinking it would let me select the template that's already in there, but it's not. Then we have SEO and sharing. So our default blog title, meaning I guess the name of our entire blog, like Russell's blog, this is going to be CF 2.0 Geek Out blog. I'll copy and paste a description of our community, probably right there with some tweaks.
Okay.
Let me read this because I think this is for, Yeah. So this is going to be the SEO stuff, and you will be able to change this. It says that you can override it for individual posts, but if you don't, it'll just use the default stuff. So this is going to be, probably overridden most of the time, but we'll just leave it there. So I'm going to just grab this one, Geek Out image. Categories, we'll just drop a few in here real quick. I know that Funnel Hubs is a category we've been talking about for a lot lately. And we'll probably have like membership sites.
Yep.
And we'll add more as we go. Tags.
What about one that's like agency topics, you know, like running a CF agency?
Okay. Agency.
And then like, how about let's do one more that's like Uber nerd zone or something.
Let me capitalize these. Satisfier. OCD. Right. Uber nerd, is that what you said?
Yeah, like enter at your own risk kind of thing.
Super geeks.
Yeah, super geeks. Stick on brand. Ooh, and then should we have a special category that's like, let's do CF 2.0 in the wild. And that could be where we do our spotting.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. In the wild, Crocky. Another sighting. 2.0. Gone wild. Okay, somebody's got to get me like off the stage because this is just going to keep going.
Okay. And then we'll have, so I'm sure we'll add a lot more of that as we go.
Yeah.
Tags. Okay, so let's stop and read these. So groups, obviously categories are groups. Help your customer search for relative contents, and then use tags to group and organize items. Tags are never seen by your customers. So keep that in mind. So I'm not exactly.
Which is really nice just from like a tracking standpoint, right? So like I would, if it was me, I would make a tag for this is a podcast, this is a video, this is a blog. You know what I mean? Like, so then we can see conversions and uptakes on the different content types is what I would do on the tags. And then I probably, if you have like product related, you know, maybe that could be a tag. And the one thing I will say on categories, and it might be interesting, you know, because I think what this opens up the door, you know, I think even like Steve Larson has this expression that I always really appreciated, and he didn't coin it, but for whatever reason, I credit him with it. So and that is the whole like, what's the next problem that you just gave your customers with the problem you solved, right? And that's your next offer. And so I think what's interesting is that when they open the door to support this blog experience, what they're opening the door to from a problem standpoint, I'm going to get nerdy on you, is what's called information architecture challenges. And so in information architecture challenges, it's all about the science of wayfinding. And we've talked about wayfinding relative to membership areas and like, how do you help customers on their journey relative to a learning experience? But there's a whole science behind like when somebody is coming to you and the mental model they have about what you're doing and the words that they're using to try to navigate your world and trying to match what is in their head and then what's actually your world lexicon, right? So like it's a very interesting, difficult thing. And there's tons of really cool research methodologies that you can use to try to help make things more navigable. And so I'll drop a resource here, but the grandfather of this whole thing, his name is Peter Morville. He's amazing and he's super accessible, no pun intended, with respect to wayfinding. Anyway, he has some really good stuff out there. So it's opening up another problem if people really want to, and it's not just a box check of like, hey, I'm legitimate, here's my content, you know, but if it's like, I actually care about my customer navigating my content, I think we could probably have a couple shows where we're really diving deep on just what is navigation, you know, and the concept of information architecture to make information more accessible to people. Yeah. Yeah, Warren, it is. It's a cool, that whole field of science. It actually comes from library sciences. So like way back in the day, right, the Dewey Decimal System was one of our first, well, we could argue it wasn't, but it was one of our first understandings of how do you actually navigate a very vast resource of content, right? And consume it. And so the Dewey Decimal System was given to us. But since then, when we've gone into the digital era, and it's not like the Dewey Decimal System was very serial, right? Where it's like category 1, category 1.1, category 1.1.1.1, 1.1.1.2, you know. But now when we go online and nothing is like, I'm going to navigate it this way, and I'm navigating it like this way, this way, this way, this way, and like all these different links, it just put the Dewey Decimal System on steroids of like, how do you make a multi-linked experience? So anyway, we can geek out about it, but it's a it's a deep dive topic for sure.
All right. Okay. So we'll add tags as we go, and as we. And unless you have more like already off the top of your head that I can drop in here, but
I think we're good.
We'll show you guys what we're doing. We'll check in every once in a while and say, hey, here's an update on our blog situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for authors, I was having some trouble with this, so that's why I'm in here twice. But I'm going to see if I can delete. Yes, I can remove. So let's remove me. We're going to add Andrea. And do you want me to use the one that I know? Or do you have a different one you'd prefer for your email?
Email? Yeah, just the one that the or.by3@gmail.com is great.
And image, okay, so image. This is something I'm not really liking very much because it's a drop down rather than just a click and let me see my image library. Because now I got to remember, okay, well, what did I name? Now thank goodness, like it's named appropriately. I can just come and grab Andrea Circle and it's your picture.
Though. Well, and what is this image for? Is it a feature image? Is that what this is?
Yes. So like it's the author, like your little author image in the bottom of the blog post or whatever.
Gosh.
So I'm not loving this because like this, like I have no idea what this picture is.
All right.
So I would have no idea what to choose if they weren't all
warning. Have good naming schemas.
Yes. And I hope to see that they maybe update that to be just the click on the button and have your library of pictures pop up.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got our authors added. We're going to update our blog and now we're going to go figure out this template situation.
Okay. So let's ground in truth for a second, because this is where I got lost really fast in blog. So let's just kind of summarize what we just did.
Yeah.
So do you want to take a stab at it?
Yeah. Okay. So all I've done so far is we went to blog on the side and we're just in the blog settings. And so here is where we can choose. Well, I didn't even name it. Skipped over that one. Naming the blog, the pathway that you want it to have. This is not sticking. I'm not sure why that didn't stick. And then default stuff, that didn't all seem to stick either. I know that I had filled those out. Let's try one more time. I'm just going to put description for now. And I did put a picture here. You all witnessed it.
We did.
Those all stayed and the author stayed. So let's update blog. Okay. That seemed to have worked this time. And then we don't have a template
and come back.
Oh yeah, let's try that. And then I gotta go help my son really quick. So we'll come. Okay, oh, that's not where I need to be. So I did not click on a page. Hold on a second. We went to exit. See where this spits us out at. Sometimes it puts us in weird places. Okay, we're back where we were. So I went to the settings button right here, the little gear icon. So that's where we were at. And it all is there. Yay.
Yay.
Good signs. Okay. So now what we need to do is go to I guess because there's already these, where is it? Customize, which is where I was at earlier when you were talking. So I wasn't walking through it. But we have these templates and there's a template here, but it is not showing up in the list of like, choose a template to apply to your blog. So this is blog posts. Maybe that was wanting us to select a template for the home page. Either way, it wasn't listing any templates there. So this is what we need to do next. And it still is not showing our branding. So that's where we're kind of stuck at this point, because we probably need to just use this as an example and go create one from scratch at this point.
Well, and this is where I got lost.
I'll be right back.
when I was doing the blog is I get quickly lost. Yeah, I get quickly lost in just like where I'm at in the world. You know what I mean? Like I don't quite, so like I'm in a single blog post, but yet we went through global settings. Oh, she's helping her son. Yeah. So this is just so like this is where I got lost before in terms of, so there's like global settings, and then just the fact that I'm like doing global settings. One question I have in my mind is like if it'd be possible to do multiple blogs in the future, which would be super interesting, because you can imagine you would have like a blog for your written stuff, a blog for your video, and a blog for your podcast. So you'd have like 3 worlds. Which is just helpful in terms of like overall management, but maybe that's like down the road. But here it's like, okay, so I have a blog, I have meta settings, which is where we went into. And then even here, like when we went to customize, we went into customize those meta settings. And so then we're landing here, and I don't like, it says example blog posts. Like, I don't know how much of that you caught, Susan, but for me, it was like the meta, you know what I mean, is missing.
Yeah. So, okay, you just had said something about example blog posts. Right here, like what it's called, the page.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at this point we could go and find this page and see where it's at, but I really actually don't really know what step to take next, which is a problem. We could come down here to style guide, but then we're just going to go and edit the style guide associated with that page.
Right.
Which it says up here, it's the Geek Out one, but this is not the Geek Out. Well, that is. Why isn't our font the correct font though?
Right. Okay. Can we just back out for a second? Because again, this is where I got lost before in the blog. And and Michael said the video wasn't working for me earlier, so I'm going back to watch the previous ones. Awesome. And let us know if that doesn't work. We're happy to make sure you get what you need. Okay. So I go into my blog space. I go into my overall settings of all of my blogs. I am, so you went into customize, which
I'm in
to me
blog.
is like right. But it's a global for all of my blogs, right? Is how I would think of that. Maybe like all of the pages in my blog. That's what I'm customizing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think so. That's what I thought of like, and I think we need to maybe understand a little bit more of like, there is a few pages associated with the blog. So if I click on customize, I believe they're all loaded in here. So I'm clicking on customize. Now we have blog home, blog category, because there are a lot of pages associated with a blog. If someone goes and clicks on a category, it's going to take them to another page,
right,
which has to exist. So that's the blog category page. Blog home is going to be, just sending them to your blog. That's what they're going to land on. And then we have pages or templates that the actual posts themselves use, because if they click on a post, they're going to be taken to another page where they're going to be reading your post. So there's a few pages that we have to figure out how to design. And it would be a lot easier if we could just click our button and have it all be like branded, right? That was the point of having the style themes, was to be able to click a button and have it all change the branding.
Right. But let me just go back for a second.
Yeah.
So again, like that wayfinding. So we went to customize. Where do we think we are at right now?
Yeah. I think the only indication of where we're at right now is seeing the list of pages on the side.
But even with that, like, so what does that
this
mean?
Page specifically?
Yeah. Like, what am I looking at right now?
That's a good question, because up here it says example blog template page.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means.
Right.
That could be blog template of the homepage. That could be blog. I think it would say blog post template if it was post. So I'm assuming that it's the homepage. So if I click on blog home, which it should be highlighted if that's where we're at, but it's not.
Right.
And I think that's what you're getting at. Of like, it's
right.
not showing.
And if this is my home, is this a template of my home? Or is this my actual home? Because I went into customize.
This is using the template, but I believe that it's not. I mean, there isn't. I don't know. That's a good question too, because when we were, let me see if I can open. Yeah, I'm going to open this up in a new tab. When we're here and I go to the blog settings, one of the things that we need to do is select a template page. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if that's like, am I selecting the page that I want to use for the home page?
Yeah.
Or am I selecting the page that I want to use for the posts? I don't think it's posts. And the only reason I don't think it's posts is because in our blog posts, so these right here are the 3 like test example posts that we have in here. If I go to edit this post, I know this from already being in here, that there's a place, I think it's in advanced settings, configure. Here is where there's also a template page to come and select a template page. But this is actually pulling stuff up, but it's pulling up all the things. It's not, it's home. Well, there's home, there's blog post, there's blog category, blog template. So I'm assuming at this point that I need to choose the page that I want for my posts. But again, like it would just be really easy for them to just put in an extra word or 2.
I just don't know, like when I'm here, it says test post. I don't know whether I'm in a live post or if I am in like style template zone. I can't tell.
Well, okay, so right here, blog posts. And then, so I'm going to switch back over to my other tab. This is where we're at when I clicked on just customize to come customize our. So in here, you can see it looks the same, this side menu.
Right.
So here's our pages associated with the blog. And then our posts also show on here. So you can navigate to any of it from anywhere. So I think it took us into the exact same editor. It's just that when I clicked on to edit my post, it's bringing me in to edit my post here. I think that we're on this settings. If I click on it, it should show me the actual post, like the live, like the live page of it.
Right. So then where do I go to template?
What do you say that again?
Like, I think where my brain is just like, it's like short circuiting almost, right? Where it's like, there's a place where I'm going to set the design template, like the CSS design template for my blog home, my blog post, right? And what's the other page over there? Blog category.
Home, blog category. Yeah. And blog post.
When you click on blog category, what happens? Why we need a whole page for that? I don't get it.
Well, because when you click on a category,
yeah. So to me, these are live pages. These are like the pages I'm going to edit to do the thing. So I don't understand. Like, is there a template area?
There's so on the blog editor, there's this templates here. It does say blog post default. 3 posts use this template, but this takes us to a different thing. The actual post. So when we were looking at our like live blog post here, this here is the template that it's using. So you can see.
But how did you get to that template again?
I clicked on templates. I'm in that same editor where all of our pages and posts and then templates here, another menu there. And that's the only thing. Yeah, that's how I got to the blog post template.
But again, this so confuses me because it says example blog up at the top. Like there's no way for me to know that I'm in a template. And then if I adjust this template, I'm assuming it auto adjusts all of the blog posts, the 3 that it's associated with.
It should, yeah.
Which again is great in terms of controlling CSS, but it's like, yeah. So maybe that's it. So over on the left-hand side, it's the posts. Which then I have a question of like, is it possible? I'm assuming no. Is it possible for a post to not have a template associated with it? I'm assuming no.
I don't think it can.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So there's 3 there, and there's 3 in the 3 that the template says it's connected to. But then the blog home. Okay. And then that's just that. I think then this is the actual home. It's not template. But then is it picking up the style guide? Doesn't look like it.
It's not. So that's where I'm like, okay, but why isn't it? How do we make it do that? And it may just very well be that they haven't made it work yet. Yeah.
I mean, we see the style guide down in the bottom left, and I don't remember on the style guide anything specifically for blog.
Right. So when I click on the style guide, it does take us to what looks like our style.
Yeah.
And it has that's not our font, but it is our colors.
Okay.
And I was playing with the shadow, like, so that is everything that we set, but
Okay.
the fonts are not right, which is funny to me.
So maybe is that just a bug? The fonts should be what
yeah, it could be a bug because no, it is a bug. So that's what it's a custom font.
Okay, got it. So maybe it's just not picking up on the custom font. You have to like reassociate it at the blog level. Okay.
And I'm not sure because it's still not displaying it properly. It works fine on our other ones, but it's not displaying. So it's probably a bug, and I'll go and submit a thing about it. So, okay, so that makes sense. So it is taking us to the right style guide. It's just that the font didn't look right. Yeah. And this is our font, right?
Yeah. It looks right. Yeah. It looks right.
It's showing up right on the page. Yeah, that is our font. So it's just the color. So if we come and edit the universal section, I thought there was a place where you can do like, reset colors. Let's see, that doesn't seem to work. Oh, that is our colors. So it's working. It's just not showing the way that I had expected. So
okay, cool.
I expected like a blue to show up, and that is
showing because we had set that over on the other page. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So it does seem to be working.
Clayton says, I appreciate you guys finding bugs live. I hope it is in the spirit of we love ClickFunnels, and we're just loving on you guys and exploring and discovering together. So I hope appreciate you being here. And we will, in our commitment to make sure that those get logged too.
Okay, so we're gonna edit this. I'm gonna drop in our logo. So actually we can remember we have a visual cue that yes, this is like our style. It's branded.
Clayton just said, we love it, seriously. And again, I just have to say a testament of just so I've worked with a lot of dev teams and a lot of product deployments in the SaaS world, and it is incredibly difficult and requires a lot of humility to allow your baby to be out and be scrutinized by the masses. And so anyway, just appreciate just the humbleness and the humility that you guys come at just true to form. So thank you for that.
Yes. Okay. And we're being beta testers. Yeah. We're trying to find the bugs as we're building stuff. So this is no way of like, it sucks, like not at all. Like we still love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have edited it so it actually looks like what I had expected it to turn into. Yeah. And I think it's because our light color is so similar to what the template, this LB template thing that they give us, like the color was so similar that I was like, it's not changing.
But is this, so this is not the universal element from our hub?
No, it's a different element. Okay. This here, I'm sorry, the universal section.
Yeah, universal section. Sorry. Yeah.
This is a totally different one.
Okay, got it. Okay, I was thinking that this was the same.
We should be actually adding in the other one. You're right. It should be that other one, right?
Yeah. Which again, I would love to see our sections at the top are like easier to.
LB header. It's not okay. So this
and just there, like I think we talked about this last time too, but just like in the UI, there's equal spacing between the image and the word, and so the brain can't make the connection. Exactly what's happening, right? Like the brain can't make the connection if there's equal spacing, because our brain says if there's a not an equal distance, then those two must be together. But because there's equal distance, our brain can't make the connection to like what goes with what. So
I think one thing that I need to learn, or I'm assuming it's possible because I don't know how it wouldn't be at this point. So I had to just go and click through. So I'm adding a new section. I'm going to my assets. I had to go click through all of these because I know that we had edited these, but the preview is not showing the new version of it. So this one is this other
interesting.
second section. This one is this lighter blue section that I just added. I don't think I added this one.
I wonder too if that's that definitely I would put that as a bug, but I also wonder if that might be a caching issue. Cause like right now in 1.0, when you change stuff on the home screen, but like the little preview sometimes doesn't actually show what you did. Yeah. And it takes like a hot second before it will update, or like you have to do a save event to push at the server. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm wondering but we did that a long time ago, huh?
We did. And so I've been logged in and out.
Okay.
Different browsers.
It's probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our navigation. Okay. So the other thing I was going to say is, let me go back to my assets here. If I could rename it, that would also be helpful. And I'm not sure where. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back. There's this. I have not clicked on this yet.
Ooh, there we go. Nice. Good find.
I'm like, I know that there's got to be a way. We just haven't discovered it yet.
And what did we decide? The label is on top or label is on bottom?
Oh, the label's on the bottom. The label is under the preview.
Which is so not how my brain would work, but that's fine.
Which is, I mean, that's not the one I need to know. Thank you. That's not the one I need to edit.
Not the droid you're looking for.
Not the droid I'm looking for. Footer. Okay. It's not how my brain works either. Obviously, I clicked on the wrong one to edit that one.
Yeah, my brain would go to the top, like it'd be a top and the image would be below.
Okay. So I think how does our other one look? I mean, we need to wrap it up in a minute, but let me just check this one thing.
Yeah.
Because I forgot what we made our other page look like now.
It's been so long.
What does it look like? So much has happened. Okay, it is 2 different colors. Okay. So I was like, what did we do? We have the darker blue with the logo on the top, and then we have our lighter blue with the navigation. So I really just need to probably just delete. I don't think that we need a flex container there. No. I'm just putting a logo in there.
No, because our navigation's not complicated, so I don't think we need a flex container. Do you think that we need to have Dan on and maybe next week too to go deep on flex? Because I think it is like we just did a funnel build today with the flex code that Dan gave us. This is in 1.0. Yeah. And it's just such a game changer, especially on mobile, when you have like multiple columns and being able to actually like make it line up and like look right. That flex code is incredible. And I know Dan was like happier than a kid in the candy store on some of the flex stuff in 2.0. Yeah. And so I think next week we should probably have him on to like deep dive on flex.
Let's do that.
Because it is like the hidden gem that sounds scary, but once you understand what it is, it's going to change your life.
Okay, I've got to walk through what I just did.
Life. Okay, yeah, do it.
Because I think I found another thing that I need to tell them about.
Okay.
Okay, so flex containers are essentially your row. So we have section, and then we have the flex container, and then we have the element. And I deleted this out because I was like, oh, I'm just going to put in a regular row, but I deleted it. And then, I delete the flex container, and now I don't have a way.
This happened on 1.02. Yeah, this happens on 1.02, right? Like you can't delete an empty section sometimes.
Well, no, it's not even that I can't delete it. I can't add in my row now.
Oh,
you know how like if you have your section and now you have this part, this spot to add your row. I don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm gonna do.
And there's no way like we do now where you go up to manage and add. The only way to add is via in the UI.
Guys, I'm breaking it. I don't have my top buttons anymore. When did that go away? My like undo and where did those go?
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I know where you're at though. It's because you're in the universal section editor.
I know, but they were up there. I just clicked on them. Like when I was like, oh, I'm gonna undo this so I can show them what I just did. Like there was other things up here and they're gone now.
Maybe try to discard and then come back in.
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I don't need them. So it's just the
Those
normal,
things.
those
Yeah,
normal
yeah.
things. So if I go into our universal editor, like that stays there.
Oh,
But
yeah,
they
you're right.
disappeared at some point, and I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
at
yeah.
what point
I
they
saw it.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a row first, then I'm gonna delete the flex container, and now we're good to go. But I wanted to just point that out. Like I knew how I was gonna fix it, but
Yeah, cool.
okay. I added 2 image elements apparently just now, but there is no indicator of them being added. Because like in 1.0, you have the image placeholder that shows up.
Right.
And in here, there's nothing. So I just kind of accidentally added 2 because I didn't see anything get added. So keep that in mind too.
Oh, these are for image elements?
Yeah, the image
Yeah.
element. Okay, let me add this in, and then we are... Nope, that's not the right logo. Sorry.
I think what we can do, Susan, is we should drop the code for the placeholder image link. You know what I mean? Just as like, if it's not going to by default have an image placeholder, we could just, that little bit of like a URL. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we can put in there.
All right, we're going to save. Now this should look, I could just turn this into a universal section, which I probably will do. But for now, because you can see like it's not even the right size.
Right.
But for now, that's what it's going to look like. So at this point, we just have to do like a few steps, and then we're going to wrap it up because I know Andrea's got to jump off. We have 2.0 Geek Out blog, and then we've got...
Do we want to blog?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Maybe Content Hub? Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got everything is in here. We'll see how it's looking, but I may want to change the font on the post titles, but we'll see if it's looking okay at that size.
Mm-hmm.
And then switch out this logo. So, I mean, once you figure out where you're needing to be editing, it's pretty quick. Like we're done. I mean, I do need to delete. We have a universal section for our footer too.
Did we end up doing that though? We made 2, right? We made one for the header nav and then one for the footer nav.
I have no idea
what it's called.
What it's called. But there is one. So I will figure that out and I'll put it down there.
Is like, to me, that over in the universal section, it'd just be like my universal sections. You know what I mean?
Oh wait, did I not actually turn it into a...
Yeah, remember?
Oh, they fixed it. Sorry. When I was in here, I think I submitted this to them. I could not get my icons to left align. They were stuck in the center.
Oh, nice. Yay.
So I must have left that on. Yeah. So no, but now I actually made it so that they should just be in the center.
Awesome.
Okay. So I guess I just didn't make it a universal section. So I just need to save this, make universal section.
Name it something you can remember what it is.
Here we go. Footer. We'll put it in root folder and save. So now it should, or I would expect it to. Maybe I might have to save back in, or I'll hit the refresh here after it saves.
Yeah.
And then it should show up in our list. My puppy is going crazy with her squeaker toy right now. Okay, so it should be in here. It's at the bottom. So it adds new ones to the bottom of the list.
Which I wish they would just have like a section just for our universal sections.
Yeah, well, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up going through and deleting all these anyway. It doesn't let us do that yet.
Yeah.
But at some point, I hope that they do. And then I would just delete all.
I can organize my space and be more efficient instead of searching for them all the time.
And like, that's one of the things, like I can't really delete. There's a few things that I cannot delete right now. And I've brought it to their attention and they're like, yeah, we just don't have that ready yet.
Yeah.
Or they just didn't want to give the ability yet.
Yeah.
Okay. This one here. Okay. That in. Delete. Okay.
Yay.
Now our homepage is done.
And does that, have we tested, does it, like, if we do anything with the CSS in terms of making it like full width container, you know what I mean? It holds that state, right?
What do you mean?
You know how like, right now, if I were to create a page in 1.0 and I do the, container inner 100% width, and then I come in like, and I can adjust then the containers to whatever I want, like 80%, for instance, right? So in the universal section, when I pull in that section, does it carry all of the width container information too?
It should. I wouldn't see. Oh, I get what, like, because when you, because like in 1.0, because we're using code to do that,
Right.
it doesn't carry
Right.
the code with it. But
Right.
because that's all done in the settings now
Right.
of these,
That's
like, I
great.
think that we can do a quick
Well,
comparison.
and
This
it's
is
code
working
and it's
now.
code at the page level, not the element level, right? And I think that's huge actually if you think about it. Like the code is carried with the element. That is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or if they've just done that in the UI. This is a Dan question.
This is a Dan question.
Inquiring minds want to know, Dan.
Okay. So
cool.
We're going to wrap it up. Thanks for jumping on with us. Next week, it sounds like we need to invite Dan on. We'll go through, if he can, we'll go through the Flex containers and all of the amazingness that I don't even fully understand with that yet.
Yes. And I think then sorry, go ahead, Susan, finish your thought.
I think at some point we need to do blog posts. We'll see if that maybe comes the following week, or I don't know. We have to have our funnel hub done before FHL. So we may have to just record some of this not streaming, and then we'll just share it with you by posting, because I have to be working on this besides just Fridays.
Yes. And the one of the blog posts that we have to have done is the CF 2.0 sightings in the wild. Because I would love for people to be able to share on that, like in the comments, and to give that a run. That'd be amazing. So we can just like love on all you CF 2.0, people who are taking it on, love it. So that would just be so fun.
Awesome. Okay. We're working on it. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Yep. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.